This is the TTA Blue Line, non-stop service around Tomorrowland.
Greetings, intergalactic travelers. Welcome aboard the People Mover, presented by Enterprise. I'm Morak 5, your guide aboard this highway in the sky, the absolute best way to see Tomorrowland. And my stars, is there ever lots to see? From spacecraft to monster labs, there's really nothing like today in Tomorrowland.
For your safety, if you have wings, jetpacks, or gravity polarizers, please do not take flight while on board. Thank you.
The next station is Tomorrowland Urban Planning and Super Traders. Transfer to green and red lines.
Don't worry, your express train keeps on rolling through the future, right by two of my favorite spots.
Yet another beautiful day to be talking Disney Parks news from coast to coast and around the world here on Kingdom Report Live. How's it going, everybody? I'm Wade Heath, and you know we love rewarding you for watching or listening to this show. All you got to do to win your very own copy of my book, Standalone: The Walt Disney Way, is by leaving the phrase it pays underneath this video right after the live show is over. After the live show is over at the Kingdom Report on YouTube, leave the comment Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios is the phrase that pays this week. Yeah, between now and Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time in which to enter. If you're the winner, we will reach out to you and get this book shipped your direction, all by entering Hollywood Studios in the comment section beneath this video after the live show. And on today's broadcast, the big executive shakeup is underway. You know it had to come at some point, right? As Josh D'Amaro steps aside to become CEO, that means everybody underneath him had to shift again, and therefore we have new names in very important positions. Plus a Disneyland Emergency that sent 7 cast members to the hospital. Walt Disney World free dining plan is back, and where to relax at a Disney theme park. Where are the best spots from Walt Disney World to Disneyland to take a load off, take a break from the hot day? Our team is going to weigh in on all of these topics and so much more. Tyler Crouch, Katrina Manzone, Garrett Hassel, and myself, we are all together again for a brand new Kingdom Report Live. Are you ready for it? I know I am. That kicks off next.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Well, a new day is upon us, and you know what that means. It is time for an all-new Disney Parks news with Kingdom Report Live. You see off in the distance there, I think that's the steam from the Mark Twain riverboat in the tree line, and certainly a glowing Sleeping Beauty castle if I've ever seen one. And now a view into Tomorrowland as we take that live look outside at the Disneyland Resort, courtesy of that HojoAnaheim.com Mattercam. My goodness, what a gorgeous day it is in Southern California. If you ever end up wondering what it's like in the winter months here in SoCal, it's pretty darn warm. As a matter of fact, it has been 80 to 90 degrees here throughout much of February and now into March. It's supposed to heat up again as we go into another week, but always a great opportunity to take a look outside and appreciate what is when it comes to the happiest place on earth. How's it going, everybody? It is great to be back with you one more time as I am joined by a wonderful slate of characters. You know them as the Kingdom Report Live team. We start first with our reporter, the Golden Goose himself, Mr. Garrett Hassel. My good man, nice to see you.
Good to see you as well. And look, I have a boat. I got a little boat. It's like boats don't do the sound. They do. I don't know what sound do boats make. We'll figure that out. That sounds like a future episode. I go on a lot of Disney cruises, but I don't know what sound the boats make. I know the horns, but they don't actually make a chugging sound like a train does or like a vroom. But happy Saturday, everyone. And yeah, what a Saturday it is. It is the Saturday after my birthday. So in good time, good spirits, ready to talk some Disney like always. And
finally 21 years old, you can drink.
Yeah, no, I thought I was actually 12, but maybe that's just my mental age. But yeah, good birthday. Got a Lego, got a cool card. My dogs got me a present too, other than puppy kisses. So yeah, it was a good birthday, and now I get celebrated with all you fine folks. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, we are happy to have you here as always, and a belated happy birthday from all of us here at Kingdom Report Live as you age gracefully, as they say. Oh,
I try. Yeah, it's just tapioca pudding, a little bit of prune juice, and moisturizer, and that's the secret to eternal youth with Garrett.
Prune juice? Who knew? Wow.
Prune juice, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll stick to the prune juice then. Clearly a secret that many didn't know. And speaking of the fairest of them all, speaking of prune juice extraordinaires, speaking of those who understand what it is like to be just naturally beautiful, she is our travel agent in residency. She is Katrina Manzoni. Hello, my friend.
Hi. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I'm drinking that prune juice. Keep yourself regular.
Nice and not nice and flow worthy all the way through your body, right?
Yes.
Yeah, nice and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Evil Queen takes, I'm sure. Keeps herself young and beautiful.
Vibrant.
Yeah. Glowing.
Yeah. Glowing.
You will. Yeah.
Speaking of an individual who glows naturally, it is your other half, the one and only gentleman of the hour. They call him our theme park analyst. He is Tyler Crouch. Hello, sir.
Hello. I'm always free flowing.
You are.
Just to maybe sometimes a little too much.
Doing it right now.
Too much prunes, maybe. I don't know.
Free flowing and glowing. That's our guy.
Let's get some prune juice in the parks. Like I don't know why Disney's not pumping that stuff out. Like they got Coca-Cola galore, they got Dasani on tap, but let's get the prune juice going. Like maybe in Animal Kingdom. Actually, that would probably work there. Or maybe Alice in Wonderland area. I feel like maybe that goes with their vibe. Who knows? It's
prune it.
Just a big bottle that says "Drink Me" on it.
Yeah.
We're gonna ride that puppy.
No, nobody wants to ride that puppy unless they've had some prune juice. Am I right?
That's when you stay off the ride.
Yikes.
I don't know about that. Yeah, yikes for sure.
No water parks.
It's great to be with you all as we welcome you in for a new Kingdom Report Live. And as you know, we can't officially start a show until we've had a toast, right? So we need to grab a cup of something good, fill it with cheer, fill it with whatever it is, maybe some prune juice, Garrett, I don't know.
Just water today.
Okay.
Oh.
Maybe some water.
I don't want to mess up my makeup. The stage makeup, it doesn't just happen.
Got it.
Yeah, no smudging.
I thought that was just normal skin because of the prune juice.
Prune juice? No, for this show, I bust it all out. This is like the Oscars, okay? You don't half-ass it. You full-ass it.
Crazy.
You got to full-ass this thing. Absolutely. And so we have our mugs filled with prune juice, filled with a morning libation, perhaps, as it is 10 a.m. here on the West Coast, 1 p.m. over there on the East. So, maybe the later folks have a little something extra thrown in their cup of choice. But I do believe that Katrina has the opportunity to lead us in a toast today. Katrina, whom or what are we toasting?
Well, I wanted to toast that if you didn't know, Carthay Circle Lounge always rotates their menu options. And now it's moving into spring menu options. And I'm really excited to share that with you guys. And so you guys, if you're the ones that like to frequent the like Carthay Circle Lounge, it's changing and there's new things. And there's like sliders and like a cute little bougie root beer float dessert, which is adorable. It's like a little root beer float, like root beer in a glass, and then you have like a vanilla like kind of ice cream popsicle thing that you put in it. It makes it bougie. I don't know.
Ooh.
But it looks really cute. And there's like obviously new salad, new soup. I'm a salad girl and a soupy girl, so I love to see what they have in store for everybody.
Cheers to changing with the season.
Cheers
Am I
to
right?
spring.
Hey!
Yay!
Happy
Hooray!
spring. Oh.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Life doesn't get much better than when a menu changes. Am I right?
It's always fun, you know?
Depends.
It's like, is it going to be good or is it going to be bad? Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Let's get
Now, does Carthay do anything special for St. Patrick's Day? I know it's not an Irish restaurant or anything, but I didn't know if they ever do like
No.
because
They
St.
just
Patrick's
get a
Day
lot of
on
drunk
Tuesday.
people
I didn't know
going
if they
Not really.
solid.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you
They
know,
just
Raglan Road
continue.
is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not a different-
Ragnarok has a weekend party.
One day we'll get something like that
Yeah.
from Disneyland. Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe another option there in downtown Disney one day. Bring
I
it
really
on.
hope so. It's lacking. I need
agree.
like more.
No kidding.
I'll take dim sum over Raglan Road personally.
Oh.
I don't know. Din Tai Fung is like decent, but it's just so expensive.
I've never had it before, so like, and I've had Raglan
you
Road, and
say
like, I
it?
can get because I can get behind eating, Asian food over eating Irish food. Like, I could eat Asian food every day of the week and still want more. Versus Irish food, I feel like that's like a once in a like wild type of thing. Maybe it's just from my palate or something like that.
I mean, it's really
like,
rich
you got
food.
noodles, you got and like I'm a foodie, as you know, as we all know.
Which who hasn't been to Din Tai Fung yet? So.
Because it's on the West Coast. It's not because I can't go.
Fair.
It's because it's hard to get there. I want to go. Will you take me?
Fung is everywhere. It's in like New York, which is like closer to you.
I'll tell you what, Garrett. You come on down to California, and I'll take you to Din Tai Fung. We'll have some Din Tai Fun.
Okay.
Hey-o.
Oh.
This guy is on one
Okay, sounds
today.
good.
Thank you.
Look out. Well, we can't officially get you here, Garrett, until you contact us when you're in town, right? We can't officially hang out with you until you contact us when you are around us, because that seems to be a
Burn,
problem.
bro.
Am I right?
Yikes.
I give you plenty of notice. I give you 12 hours notice to figure out your plans and to drop everything for me because I'm pretty delightful. So
like a 2-hour
this
notice.
is not on me.
Like,
It's
we're
on
here,
you
where you
guys.
at?
Like, yeah, 2 hour notice. Like, hey, I got a quick layover. Do you guys want to catch a bite to eat? Go ride an attraction or two.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
One
Sure.
day.
Yeah.
Maybe if you give us like 2.5 hour notice.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
We'll all hold our breath until then. How about that? There we go. Perfect.
We're gonna die.
We've got a lot of Disney news to touch on this week, and in order to do that, we need to kick off the Disney News Review. Let's go. Disney News Review time, taking a look at some of the biggest stories across the Walt Disney Company in the past week. We start with the leadership shakeup that is sort of the very focus of this title on YouTube. So Garrett, bring us up to date. There's a lot that happened this week when it comes to executives in the parks and experiences world, right?
Yeah, 2026 actually has been off to a lot of news, but this is one of the biggest ones other than, Josh Tomorrow being named CEO. So Disney Experiences has announced several major leadership changes as the company enters what it's calling an unprecedented period of global growth. The biggest move is Thomas Mazloum has been promoted to the chairman of Disney Experiences. He succeeds Josh D'Amaro, who will be the next CEO of the Walt Disney Company, which we all seem to share with much joy and excitement. As chairman, Mazloum will oversee Disney's entire experiences portfolio. This includes theme parks, cruise ships, resort hotels, consumer products, and in my opinion, the greatest magic makers in the company, the Walt Disney Imagineers, which are the creative team behind attractions, destinations, and pretty much, if you see it, the Imagineers pretty much did it. They created that magic. Mazloum brings decades of hospitality and Disney leadership experience. Before Disney, he worked in luxury hotels across Europe and later served as COO of Crystal Cruises. And within Disney, he's previously led Disneyland Resort and has also served as the president of Disney Signature Experiences, which has helped develop long-term strategy that includes expanding Disney Cruise Line to 8 ships, as well as launching into new markets such as Asia with the Disney Adventure. Alongside Mazloum, there's other executives stepping into new roles. We have Jill Estorino, who's been named president of the Disneyland Resort. Heck yeah, girl power. She brings more than 35 years of experiences with Disney and has previously led Disney Parks International, overseeing Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Paris. Meanwhile, we also have Tasia Filipatos. My apologies to any of you if I butchered your name and you watch this. If you do, invite me out for a dinner in the parks, and you can tell me all about how to pronounce your names. But Tasia becomes president of the Disney Parks International, where previously she led Disney Consumer Products and will now oversee Disney's international parks and their continued expansion, which includes the development of Abu Dhabi. Finally, Lisa Balditsky has been promoted to the president of Disney Consumer Products, which is Disney's massive global retail and licensing division, which is over 100 products across 180 countries. And as we know, Disney loves it when you when you spend your money on consumer products, because nothing says fun like a t-shirt. But according to Tomorrow, the leadership changes across Disney continue to expand its parks, cruises, and global experiences to deliver creativity and amazing guest experiences that Disney is known for. These new leadership roles officially take effect on March 18th, which is this upcoming week. So yeah, a lot of changes in Disney leadership, but I personally love that we're seeing new faces stepping into larger, bigger roles. It's not some outside person they're promoting from within. And I would hope that this is from Josh's, leadership and wanting to, keep his course strong, because sometimes Disney can have a little Game of Thrones feel, at least in the politicking of it all.
No kidding. This is quite the deck chair rearrangement, I suppose we could call it, Tyler. And the Disneyland president is now assuming Josh's old job. Your reaction to the announcement, and what are some of your expectations from Thomas Mazloum, as he takes
Masloum. That's it. Masloum. I just call him Tommy M.
Tommy M. A little bit easier.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Expectations, reactions of Tommy taking over our boy Josh's job.
Well, first of all, doesn't that photo that you have just, I don't know, it's like a lineup for a new evil queen or something, to be honest. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. They're all trying to gun for that girl's job that sadly got
they're going to do
fired.
they're going to be better than Gal Gadot.
Oh, probably true. But yeah, my expectation. So under good Tommy M here, the Disneyland Resort seemed to have lost a lot of, I don't know, like they've cut back on a lot of different things that they used to have, like magic morning hours and a lot of the characters, like we were just talking about, a lot of the characters have been taken away, and restaurant hours. Disney Scoops guy on Twitter, he's tweeted about it a couple times, and it seems like a lot has been cut back since he has taken over as Disneyland president. So I guess my main worry is just what other cutbacks are going to be coming. And I know we always jokingly blamed Chapek for a lot of like cutbacks and things, but we all kind of knew that, like, really he just seemed like an alien, and that's why we were making fun of him more than a lot of this stuff was his fault, I feel like. we know that the company as a whole, it has been about cutting back on the guest experience and charging the same prices, if not more. And so I guess that's what I'm worried about the most, is that I think that this trend is going to keep continuing. And now that he's going to be in control of all these different parks and even the cruise lines and everything, I'm just really worried about what we're going to be losing. I mean, the magic hours, it wouldn't be, if they had replaced it with something, you know, like fast passes every day, for example, that would be nice. But the fact that you get literally one, I'm just going to call it fast pass because I don't care what you want, Disney. It's just funny to me that there's only one fast pass per person per your entire stay, and that has replaced magic hours. Like, to me, that's like a huge downgrade. And just changing menu items to make them, they keep the same price, but they change the menu items so that they're cheaper for the company to produce. And it's just, if that's the type of thing we've been seeing, that's what's going to keep continuing. And that's what I think we can expect from good old Tommy M here. But hopefully I'm wrong.
Maybe we will be surprised. Maybe it will be something more. I know that he's an individual who has had a lot of worldly experience, right, Garrett? He's an individual that has had a lot of impact on the other types of Disney experiences. And, I think out of the lineup, to have selected him when he has not necessarily been, like Walt Disney World's president. That guy didn't move anywhere. He's still right. Like he's not a part of this reshuffle, which interesting. And I feel like Walt Disney World in general, that sitting president tends to have a longer tenure than most presidents do. And maybe it's just because it's a larger place. Maybe it's just because it's, more to handle. So they give them longer tenures. I believe all these presidents, though, of these properties, they're typically given like 3-year contracts to kind of prove themselves. And the Jeff Vail out at Walt Disney World, he's not a part of this lineup at all. He didn't get reshuffled, but Thomas, who has not been Disneyland president for very long, he got the nod to step up into Josh's old job as Josh moves to CEO. So what sort of faith do you have in Thomas to lead the Disney theme parks into a brighter future?
So my boy Tommy M, he and I, we go way back, and I actually have an abundant amount of faith in him from his background with Signature Experiences and the cruise line. For me, in the past few years, the cruise line has been the one brand under the Disney umbrella that actually I think continues to get better and better and better. Whether it's with the Dream of Fantasy getting sort of not replaced, but getting the upgrade to the Wish class ships with the Wish, the Treasure, the Destiny, and the Adventure. The cruise line just seems to pump out more and more and more, not cutting things back, but actually giving you more options. Like they have a new island. Granted, it's still figuring out how to do its everything, but the cruise line just seems to be successful year over year over year. And it's, bigger news, bigger shows, we're going to new ports. And so from his experience with them, I have a lot of faith in that. Hopefully he will carry over that quality that comes with the cruise line, because cruising's not cheap. And also you're trying to be like, hey, why go to the parks when you can come be on a boat where you don't have attractions, but you have different experiences? I think that he will carry something over into the parks that will, I'm hoping bring a lot of value, but also a high quality, because the attention to detail on the ships is very high. And I know that he's this one man, he's not in the parks, like scrubbing things down to make them, look all pretty, but through his leadership and hopefully through the lineup, he'll be able to influence this in a positive way. So I have a lot of faith, and I just hope that he'll do us right. Like, these beauties are special, and, the parks are special too. But as we see more, the cruising game is more competitive than ever before, with bigger and bigger ships going all over. I think it was over the course of like Super Bowl weekend and everything, you saw 5 different cruise line brands pop up on there. So cruising game is, it ties into the parks and the experiences, and I hope that he'll do well. I have faith in him. And if he doesn't, then Noah, we got our boy Tyler that can help out, or I'm happy to help with the cruise line experience as well. But yeah, Tommy M, he's got it going for him, and if he can do anything, he'll probably put a cruise ship in the middle of a park. I could see that happening.
Oh, in the middle of a park.
Go to Toontown.
Maybe. You don't know, they already have a ship like in Tokyo Disney. They have a ship right there that oversees Tokyo Harbor or the bay and everything, and it ties in. Maybe we can put one of the cruise ships like right next
You have a pirate
to
ship?
Disney. Yeah, like who knows? Like I who doesn't love ships? I like ships. Ships are cool.
Clearly, it's convinced you that he's going to do a great job based on
Mm-hmm.
the ships and the experiences that you've had there. Now, Katrina, something that I wanted to talk about outside of that chairman spot that Thomas took over. This is a whole lot of girl power taking over this side of the company. Your thoughts on the future from that perspective?
Girl power. Honestly, I'm really happy about it. We kind of knew that Dana wasn't going to be the next CEO, but I'm glad that we have 3 new women that are actually stepping up. I mean, they've been in like bigger roles as well, but this is like a huge jump, right? So I'm excited to see what they do. I hope that they stick up for each other and they're not like, mean girl status where they want to be conniving and kind of like Game of Thrones politics type of stuff to throw each other under the bus and whatnot, but to pick each other up and to make Disney better. That's what I'm hoping for, because right now I think they really need to make a big move now that Shakeup is gone, and then Iger is gone, that now that they can just communicate with all of the leadership teams and make Disney better and actually give the consumers what they want, right? Is more bang for their buck instead of taking away things and making it more expensive. Because I feel like Mr. Thomas M was probably the reason why everything in the Disneyland Resort has been moving prices upwards and then maintaining the same level of food across the board to make everything equal and easier to for like the purchasing wise, right? So all the Disney resorts are super expensive now to pretend that it's a luxury item when it's really not a luxury item, and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that they make a change.
And maybe we will see that with these ladies taking over this part of the organization, Parks and Experiences. There is a massive lady presence when it comes to this end of the company now, and hopefully Thomas will work well with everybody. And as a united front, they will make. They will make not only the parks epic, they will also work very hard in creating even more signature experiences that hopefully won't break the bank, as you had mentioned. So that would be nice to see. So a whole new slate of executives here for the Parks and Experiences division, a whole new group that has sort of reshuffled, and the former president of Disneyland now stepping into Josh D'Amaro's old position overseeing all of Parks and Experiences as Josh gets set to lead as CEO here in the next couple of weeks. Now, as we move from the leadership and executive team, we focus on the Disneyland Resort, where this past week there was an emergency, Garrett. What was going on?
Yeah. So authorities responded to a hazardous material situation at Disneyland on Tuesday after a strong unknown odor was reported near the backstage area of the Star Tours attraction in Tomorrowland. And no, it's not just from their lack of following through on their plans to build things future. It wasn't that smell. No, it was actually something quite more serious. So according to Anaheim Police, Sergeant Matt Sutter, officers were called to the park around 12:30 after reports of an unusual smell coming from the backstage location. Disney officials later confirmed that the odor was caused by a reaction involving building materials used by a contractor working in the area. Several cast members were evaluated by on-site paramedics. 7 who reported symptoms included dizziness and shortness of breath were transported to local hospitals as a precaution for further evaluation, because if it's the one thing I know about medicine, it's that we need to breathe to live. I know that's my expertise, learning from my wife who's in medical school. But out of an abundance of caution, nearby guests in Tomorrowland were temporarily cleared while emergency crews investigated and figured out what was going on, and that led to a temporary closure of multiple attractions. The officials emphasized that no park guests reported symptoms or were affected. It seemed like it was just cast members. And after it was under control, Tomorrowland reopened that evening and normal operations resumed. But yeah, the incident is still under review, but officials said the quick response from emergency teams helped ensure safety for both cast members and guests. So yeah, interesting to see this happen, but hey, glad that Disney was on the scene and that they could respond to it that quick.
Pretty wild when you think about it. I know, Tyler, you worked at Disneyland. How important did Disney take safety behind the scenes? And are you surprised by this incident that ended up sending several cast members to the hospital?
I'm a little surprised. I'm curious what these chemicals were that got mixed together and caused this whole issue. But Disney, they obviously take security pretty seriously. But like when I was working there, it was kind of like Wild West in a lot of ways. Like I was in custodial and I could just kind of walk around wherever I wanted to, really, because if you have that, white uniform on, then everybody assumes you're supposed to be there. So it was just, I think that they're more worried about traffic than anything. They want you to stay off to the side and all that. But it's kind of Wild West back there. Everybody's kind of just walking around doing their own thing. I'm just very curious. I mean, I don't know. Was this what was this smell that knocked everybody out? What could construction workers have that caused so much damage? I'm very curious about that. Yeah, very strange. I've never heard of anything like this happening at Disney. I think, not to say they don't take their security seriously, but it is kind of like I never was like, oh, they're really serious about us being safe back here. It never really felt like that. But I also think this was just kind of like a fluke accident that Disney shouldn't necessarily be responsible for, especially if it was a outside contractor that caused this mess. What the heck were those people working on, though? I mean, I don't know. They were making dip for Judge Doom.
I think it was Judge Doom. I was thinking the same thing, man. Like they're like, we need to make Who Framed Roger Rabbit more relevant, so let's stop the dip.
Yeah,
Stay
very
right
clear.
there,
Or the
you little nasty.
That's right. That's what Doom said before he dunked that shoe in the dip. But
They were very little nasty.
Could have been some fried chicken discarded, or all that's over there is like the Plaza Inn, the corn dog truck, and I don't know what. I don't even know what these construction people were working on. I don't know if
you want to know what the secret sauce is on the churros. Now
there you go. Yeah, that powdered sugar is like anthrax sometimes, I tell you.
Oh my.
Oh my. Well, it's interesting to me. I mean, the story references the backside of Star Tours, so I wonder if they were working on something hydraulic related underneath Star Tours and those capsules, and because you're right, it butts up backstage. That is like right next to the Plaza Inn's back door. Everything is very tightly condensed back there. A lot of folks who've never been behind the scenes probably don't understand just how close that Plaza Inn restaurant is to the backside of Star Tours. Star Tours is massive, and so its entire sort of operational end of those star speeders. I mean, that building that houses it stretches out and nearly butts up to the side of the building that is the Plaza Inn's kitchen. That was an area I used to manage, as a matter of fact, and that specific section, that location right there, also has a break room attached to it and cast member cafeteria attached to it. So there's a lot going on right in that little corner where all of this went down. So I can imagine that there were probably a lot of cast members around in this section. And so to hear 7 people got taken to the hospital as a precaution, I guess that doesn't necessarily surprise me, because there are a lot of cast members right there where whatever was going on was going on. Garrett, you also worked for Disney. In your experience, did you ever come across any sort of safety related emergency behind the scenes, and did you feel the company handled things appropriately?
I have seen, like when I was there, I'd see things happen behind the scenes. A lot of times it was heat stroke. A guest would either drink too much or not have enough water, or they'd pass out. And so I'd see that a handful of times, but never anything this serious. For those that have never gone through Disney training, at Disney they have 4 keys when I was a cast member, and the first one is safety, and that is Disney's primary concern: safety for the guests, safety for the cast members, and just the entire experience. Because if people get hurt, you can't make money, and the lawsuits aren't good. So yeah, safety is always a primary concern with Disney. Like you would hear things of like people passed out from heat exhaustion, heat stroke, or like maybe they had like an allergic reaction to some food, and then rather than letting them pull out the stretcher and lay everything out on Main Street, they pull them backstage, just because like you don't want 3,000 eyes all staring at you and your family as something's going on. So I think that the way they handled this and having it, well, it was backstage, but like try not to make as crazy of a deal of it is the best that Disney can do. Whenever they handle a situation, they want it to sort of be almost a private thing, because they don't want the story to get twisted or for things to get taken out of hand. So hats off to the team for addressing this. I know that those that handle the safety of Disney, it's never, no 2 days are ever the same. So for me, it was never anything this crazy, but it seems like they handled it pretty well. And them taking them to the hospital, even though it seems like a minor, probably don't need it or whatever, it's always better to go and get that rather than it be like you've got something serious down the line. And I know that Disney's going to probably be checking up with these people, especially if they're union members, because there could be a whole different thing in there. I don't want to make you go crazy, but like people's ability to breathe, that is pretty serious stuff. I had asthma as a kid, and like it's scary when you really find yourself like choking on air and all that stuff. So yeah, hats off to Disney. Yeah, that's right. Stay focused, stay locked in, and take care of your lungs.
Get your head in the game.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that the behind the scenes in pretty much every major area, there is a giant trash compactor that's just like sitting there that every cast member throws things into. The custodial uses it all the time. In fact, like behind Bengal Barbecue and Riverbell Terrace and all that, like that whole little circle of places right there, the Stage Door Cafe, like there's just a tiny little backstage area there. And the thing that takes up the most space, besides like the break room, is the trash compactor. And so I think in these cases where there's hazardous material, if people are just throwing things away and not realizing what they're doing, it could be very dangerous. And that's probably something like that probably happened here. And then to go back to Wade's point, like this is just a very busy area. Like there's no way you can just like block off a huge space, because this is like a main thoroughfare for a lot of cast members, because the cast members come in behind Main Street, they clock in, and then they get out. There's no like underground area like there is in Disney World. It's literally you walk out from Main Street to get to wherever you have to get to. So there's kind of no way to stop the traffic through there. But yeah, kind of interesting. I want to know more. I just want to know more.
Right. What caused that? Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I do know that sort of on the flip side. So, Tyler, you were talking about how it's kind of the Wild West behind the scenes, and people come and go and do as they please. Well, I know for a fact when it comes to construction related matters, when you have third party contractors that come on site, they have escorts, right? And they are, especially if they're doing some type of construction, they're assigned like safety officers from the company. They're assigned safety individuals. And I know that because the safety team that the Disneyland Resort has like ballooned, and maybe it's been condensed since. I know there's been a lot of layoffs and stuff since I've worked there, but that safety team was so big. It was almost intrusive to a certain degree. You couldn't do anything anymore officially without having to consult this safety team that got in the way of absolutely every bit of progress.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me that Disney overreached? That's weird.
Yeah, they pumped a lot of money into that safety team, let me tell you. And it was all for the sake of, trying to avoid workers' comp claims, right? Those types of things, right? They figured if they invest money up front, I would presume this was their idea. They invest money up front, preventing all kinds of stupid things from happening, then they're going to pay less on the back end for people that get hurt and, go through this type of madness. And so I know for a fact that anytime anything even little happened, somebody slipped, there was a safety investigation. It took weeks. I mean, it was like their bureaucracy behind the scenes at a place like Disney is just madness sometimes, just nonstop. And so I know for a fact that they used to tether basically a safety officer, a safety manager, specialist to construction teams that would come on property, specifically so things like this wouldn't happen, specifically so things like this would be well taken care of. So unless things have changed recently, I'm willing to bet that somebody is in trouble to a big degree over this, because this should have been prevented. This, should have been something that did not happen. I mean, you're not only sending one cast member to the hospital, which is one too many, you sent 7. What odor can do that based on what they were working on? You're absolutely right, Tyler. What's going on here? What were they working on? What on earth was happening?
Weird.
So, yeah, just rings true in my mind of the idea the safety team was huge and almost too intrusive to a certain degree when we were working on the smallest of changes at the company. That safety team would rear its ugly head, and you're right, overreach is the right word. They would overreach in everything that they were doing.
Yeah, maybe it was that backstage subway.
That's it. The odor. Yeah. There's a backstage Subway restaurant location. No doubt the onion odor from that backstage Subway overtook many cast members.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. That's what Sodexo
Killer.
was.
Must have been it.
Yeah. Well, now we know. 7 cast members sent to the hospital. Unfortunately, sounds like they've all been released since, so we are in good shape when it comes to those folks bouncing back, as they say. So very fortunate on that end. Now we move from Disneyland out to Walt Disney World, where we got some free dining. Garrett, this is big news.
Yes, we do. This offer is available to the general public for select nights. So best at your calendars, June 28th through October 3rd, October 19th through October 31st, and December 6th to the 21st of 2026. To qualify, guests must book a non-discounted vacation package that includes at least a 4-night stay at a Disney Resort hotel and a 4-night theme park ticket with park hopper option. So in order to get this free dining promotion, you have to first spend an arm and a leg and sacrifice your first child. But yeah, we got some special ones. So thank you, Katrina. The type of dining plan depend on where the guest stays. So if you can ball out at the deluxe or deluxe villa resorts such as the Grand Flow or Disney's Polynesian Village, they can receive the standard Disney dining package, which includes table service restaurants. Or if you are staying at the Moderator Valley, value resorts like Pop Century or Caribbean Beach, you can receive the quick service dining plan instead. And while free dining has historically been one of Disney's most popular promotions, its value in 26 may be a little bit more limited because of several other deals currently going on. One major promotion is the Kids Eat Free offer, which allows kids ages 3 to 9 to receive a complimentary dining plan when adults in the party purchase one. Another offering that Disney has is a 4-park magic ticket, which is a special ticket deal that provides 1 day at each of the 4 parks at a significantly reduced price. So like, hey, your half-day park of Hollywood Studios just got more discounted. Woo. But because free dining can't be combined with other promotions, travelers are encouraged to compare deals carefully. Look at it, do the math, or if you need someone like, say, Katrina Manzoni, who can help you with figuring out what those best deals are and, bust out the good old calculator, take a look at that, because don't just jump right into it. Always do some homework to make sure what works best for you and your family, because everything depends on the size of the family, tickets, and all the other things. But still, for some guests, especially families with younger children or those wanting convenience of prepaid meals, free dining can offer a meaningful value. Bookings for the 2026 free dining offer are now available with limited availability for packages. So talk to your vacation planner, or just look it up yourself. Don't ask me. That sounds like a lot of math. I don't personally do the dining plans because, I have an AP, so I think that automatically takes me out of everything. If you have an annual pass, it's like, No, you are already an undesirable because you already like pay for all your tickets up front and all that stuff. But it's nice to see some discounts coming back when it seems like Disney's always trying to get you to spend more.
Oh, look at this little chunker munker.
That's what I say every time I see a Mickey waffle at a buffet. I think, look at that little chunker munker.
My favorite are the churro waffles, the Mickey churro waffles. Are they in the parks or are they at the resorts? Because I've only seen them on the cruise line.
Yeah,
Sugar.
it's very rare if they ever do it. It might be like some kind of like little promotion, but usually cruise only.
Another reason why to stick with the Disney cruises because you get churro waffles.
Because they don't sell churros on the Disney cruise, so you got to get it somewhere, right?
That makes sense.
Get my cinnamon rolled churros.
My mind was blown.
Mm-hmm. Well, Katrina, how big of a deal is it that free dining at a Disney theme park is back? Disney theme park fans, I know, love their free dining. And what do you think it means that Walt Disney World is rolling a discount like this out at such an in-demand period between summer and the holidays to have a free dining plan?
It is really fascinating that they released it during summer months, like their peak time, and also during the holiday. I mean, it's right, it cuts off right before Christmas, but it's still during that like big peak time of when it's always really busy. And so it makes me really wonder, are they just really lacking in people booking right now? And they've seen like a downshift in people booking. So they're trying to make it worthy enough for them to get people to book and then add that dining plan on top of it to like as in like an enticing situation, because it's, you know, a 4-day or 4-night 4-ticket combo or more. So maybe they're trying to get people to do like a cruise and to stay on the parks, and then it's like food's all included, you don't have to worry about it, it's like all inclusive kind of in a way, for people to kind of not think about it. Or are they just really trying to make their money for what is it, the kind of like the second, third quarter of the year, and trying to get that big bump of people booking? I'm not sure, but Garrett did explain pretty well kind of the other deals that are going on, right? So the Disney dining plan, in my opinion, sounds enticing for people because you're just like, oh my gosh, it's a 4-night 4-day travel package, right? So why not just do this so it's out of sight, out of mind? And then mind you, you kind of have to remember that there's quick service dining options if you're on like the value resorts, and then you have the normal dining package, which is for the deluxe and the deluxe villas. So in my opinion, if you love to eat and you just want to have you don't have to think about it, you just like show up to the restaurant, they give you the menu, you choose your items, and then they deliver it to you and you don't have to worry about it, then that's great for you. If you're a person that wants to eat other options, so, you know, going to like a nice big dinner, that's not going to be covered by the dining package, because there's like certain restaurants that are available for the dining package, and certain menu options for those dining packages. And also you have to book a reservation. Sometimes it might be hard to get a reservation for those.
Katrina,
you have to book those way in advance.
Katrina, can I use this dining package at Victoria and Albert's?
I wish. That'd be so nice. Can you imagine? They're like,
oh my gosh, that would be
one item. That is it.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a quail egg with mustard.
That's it.
Yeah.
Get out. You may have
and you close your ears. You don't get to hear the harp. No harp is for you.
Nope. Nuh-uh. You're going to be sitting like in the waiting area. That's where you're going to be sitting. But you know, a lot of people really like it, especially for kids with picky eaters, you know, that are picky eaters, because you kind of get the food and it's already kind of included in your package. So if it's a waste type of thing. For me and Tyler, it's not worth it, and Garrett, because we have annual passes. So we don't need it because you have to buy a ticket to go. So it's not really worth it for us. Also, there's other packages to think about. Like what Garrett was kind of talking about is when you book this package, you're not going to get a discount on the room. So if you're more concerned about getting a discount for your room, then look for those options, because there are ones where you can stay 3 or more nights, and you get like 15-20% off. And then you can use that 20% and put it towards a nice dinner. So you kind of have to weigh the budget, right? Because you're not going to get a discount for a room and a dining package. That's not how Disney plays, unfortunately. So you kind of have to either pay a full premium for the room and then you get a dining package, or you can get a discount on a room, buy your tickets, and then, save that money and eat around. For Food and Wine Festival is going to be happening, and Flower and Gardens happening. So, I mean, you have little munchie bites everywhere, and then you can save up for like a nice big dinner. Because I wish I could use the Disney dining plan for Rosa Mexicana, because then that would be legit, because I would just eat guac all day.
Bring
That'd be
that
me.
on.
See me there with my little margarita.
She loves her guac.
Happy girl. But yeah, so that's like my opinion, is like you have to weigh it out. So if you like food and you don't mind and eating tons of food for your vacation, then have at it. It's like all inclusive, right? So if you like that feeling, then bless.
And for
I like
some
saving
people,
money. So for me, I would choose a room discount.
Sure. And for some people, food is the vacation, right? It is their
I usually eat
total
one big
experience.
meal. That's it. And then snackies throughout the day, because it's so hot. I can't imagine going to a dining room, like eating 2 full meals a day, like lunch and dinner. And you sit down in a restaurant and you eat, it's like 3 courses. It's an appetizer, entree, and a dessert. So it's a lot of food. So, and then you're just going to be like rolling around.
Do they give an appetizer? I thought it was just an entree and a dessert.
I think for some of the restaurants that used to be an appetizer, unless
Maybe,
I'm wrong.
I don't know. Maybe things.
But I still remember the lady ingrained in my brain when Tyler and I were eating at Sanaa one night, and the kids were getting anxious next to us. Tyler and I were just vibing, having our little bread service, and the server comes up and goes, and the lady was ready because the kids were getting anxious. The husband was like super full because he was eating the kids' food because the kids didn't eat their food. And then the server comes out and goes, "Oh, okay, so it's dessert time. What would you like for dessert?" And her eyes just got so wide. She's like, "There's dessert?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh, I don't think we can." He goes, "I mean, it's included. So do you just want me to give it to you?" And he's like, "I guess so." And then they bring like 4 desserts out, and then her eyes were just like, "Oh my God." And then they like forced themselves to at least eat a bite. And then they were just, the kids were not having it. The husband and wife were just like, "Okay, we'll just keep eating as much as we can." And then you can, as they were leaving, you could just feel how full they were. I was like, "Oof." I hope you have a really good sleep, because I feel like it would be so miserable. And then there was just so much leftover food on the table too. I just felt really bad. It's like waste.
Yeah, it's a lot of food. That dining plan, it typically is.
Yeah.
Richard had a question. He says, does Disney ever offer a combination package for Disney World and a cruise?
I wish.
No, I've yet to hear about that. If they were to do it anywhere, I could see it maybe Tokyo, because Tokyo and like where Tokyo Resort is and that, but that's also completely different company operating it. But no,
aren't they trying to do that?
Yeah,
that would be
like,
smart.
Domestic wise, I know that they'll do it where you're like, hey, stay at a Disney Resort and then you can go to Port Canaveral. But
they didn't free
like
transfers though.
Yeah, like they don't really do
free.
It's almost like they're 2 separate companies where it's like they don't really overlap very much. So I don't think they do anything where it's like, hey, here's a 2-day park hopper and then a 3-day cruise. I don't think they do those deals.
You can add, like when you book a cruise, you can like add, but you can't, it's not like a freebie. But it would be a nice deal though, right? It would be a sweet deal if you said book a cruise and you get to stay a night before or a night after and you get free transfers. Not like you get a free stay at a hotel, but you get free transfers. That would be a really great sweet deal, because it's like $100 a person for those transfers. So if I was Disney, I'd be like, hey, if you book a new room on the before or after of your cruise, you get free transfers.
I seem to recall an era where they called it land and sea packages, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
That existed at one time. What happened?
It definitely did for Royal Caribbean and Celebrity and stuff. They definitely did a lot of land and sea. But I wonder, did Disney do it too? Because it would make sense. Was it before? It was obviously before COVID, but
yeah,
like way back then. Like
it
when
was
stuff was free.
When stuff was free,
want to give you a guest experience.
And remember, they had the completely different wrapped Disney Cruise Line buses that would come and pick you up. And I feel like that was a whole part of the business that you just don't see now. And they expanded the fleet. How weird.
I wonder if they just didn't see it and then like a profit from it because they only had a few ships at that time.
Right.
And then so they were like, it's not worth it, you know? And then now they have more ships. They're trying to promote more cruises and more family experiences. You would think that they would at least add a couple, like do that land and sea package because you make a lot of money.
You would think, yeah.
You would think.
Not enough money. There's never enough money.
They could be filling up the ships just fine without giving people discounts. So, I mean, there's no reason to give a discount if they're not struggling to get people to do it.
I mean, I wouldn't give a discount on the room, but at least give like free transfers because then that means like it's nothing. Because you're still filling the ship at that same rate and then giving a free transfer, which is like a couple $100s. But I guess like I'm curious how much money they make off of transfers and how many people use it, and how much it costs to run those back and forth from Port Canaveral.
No kidding, especially nowadays. And Chris saying, hopefully free dining comes each and every year. And for me, importantly, in 2029, when I will be back at Walt Disney World as well.
Nice.
Counting down the days, huh? Just a couple years before you're back at Disney World. And it's probably going to be a very different place by that time. There's a new sheriff in town, Garrett.
Yeah,
Sheriff Tom.
Yep, Sheriff Tom. There might be, new strange lands to explore. There might be no rivers to sail down. You never know what's going to happen at Disney World. And it seems like that's far away, but it'll be here faster than we realize it. And all the changes that happen. Yeah, Disney's always doing something. So, yeah, who knows how many cruise ships we have in 2029? My gosh.
Mm-hmm. No
Maybe one more.
Yeah, just one more.
Maybe
one
one more
on the way. Yep. Well, I know that there is, my goodness, so much in terms of food that comes your way when you get a dining plan. So read up on it. Make sure that it makes sense for you. That type of experience. I've done it before. I can eat big with the rest of them. And let me tell you, when you are trying to get your money's worth, that becomes a problem because you're trying to also walk around a theme park at the same time and you begin to feel so sluggish and
with
so
the humidity
overwhelmed.
of summer.
Yeah. Do it during December. That would be my advice. Do it during December. Might be a little bit easier on you, but yeah, to your point, Katrina, you're right. It's so dang hot most of the year in Orlando, and so it's hard to have much of an appetite to begin with. It's a really difficult thing to feel. I usually, much like you, I will typically do a mid-morning brunch as my big meal, and then I will snack the rest of the day. Or I will completely do it the opposite, and I will snack throughout the day, and I'll have an evening mega dinner. To get out of the heat, right?
Because you're done with the day. You're done.
Yep.
You're out inside, air conditioning. You could just relax now. You eat, relax, and then you go to sleep.
And then you go to sleep. That's right. Yeah.
For me too, one of my favorite things to do in Disney World is to go to the Epcot festivals. And if I'm going to be eating around the festivals, I'm not going to want any dining plan getting in my way. And, obviously it's going to be more expensive, but I think, I don't know, it's part of the whole experience for me of being there. I remember
go get your frushi, get your slush, then exactly. get your mini fillet over in Canada.
I haven't had that fillet in a long time, but it's good, it's tasty. But I remember one time at Epcot, some guy I was sitting on a bench and some random guy just walked up to me and was like, "Do you want a pretzel?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" And he's like, "Oh, we're doing the dining plan thing, but we just are we've had way too much food and I don't
do it anymore."
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, sure. So I don't know. To me, it never makes sense, but that's just my opinion. That's just for me.
Certainly. Well, all that said, the dining plan is returning. Yes, there are some deep discounts that come with it. Perhaps Disney is getting just a wee bit desperate when it comes to filling rooms and those theme parks, because typically when they roll this out, there's a reason behind it, right? So at any rate, it's something you get to take advantage of now if you so choose. From there, we turn our attention to... Oh, that's right. The most magical event of every broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our Disney Trivia Minute. Disney Trivia Minute time. This is where we test our team on all things Disney trivia, all things Disney history to a certain degree as well. And I think that our friends Tyler, Katrina, and Garrett, they do their best to try and succeed each and every time. And so we're going to hopefully make that happen for them again here today. They will succeed. We will give them all the good vibes, all the good mojo, and wish for the very best of circumstances. Garrett, what is your current rate of winning?
I am, right down below. Yeah, I got 4 out of 9 correct trivia answers. Week 1, 2 for 2, baby, locked in. Ready to go. And then I hit a slump. Kind of boom, just like knocking me down. But when I get knocked down, I stay down for a while. But then I eventually get up after taking a nap.
It's like a Chumbawamba song.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like a song, yeah.
I get knocked down. Can that be the new theme for this? I get knocked down. But last weekend, boom, 4 out of 9. So, or sorry, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. He did very well against Taylor, who was filling in for the two of you as you were on your anniversary.
She was my good luck charm. Got 2 questions right with her.
What does that mean about us?
She
You guys make me lose. You guys suck. You guys make me lose. I don't want to lose. I want to win.
I'm okay with making you lose.
I love you, buddy.
That says something right there. Well, our first question for this Disney Trivia Minute is, it's well known that it cost $17 million to build Disneyland in 1955. How much did it cost to build Magic Kingdom in 1971? Was it A, $150 million, B, $230 million, or C, $400 million? Tyler Crouch, we begin with you.
Oh, finally, I get to start. I get PTSD when this music comes on now, by the way. When the music starts, I'm like, oh god. I'm going, my first thought was 150 million, but then for whatever reason 230 keeps speaking to me. So but that's a lot of money back in 1971. That's like a lot of money back in 1971. So
still a lot of money now to me, but
no, you're good. You go on all the cruises, you're fine.
Bougie boy.
Am I right?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stick with the 150, even though. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. Well, I don't know because this. Hold on now. Okay, so is this just Magic? This is just Magic Kingdom then. It doesn't have like Polynesian or like.
I said Magic Kingdom in 1971.
Magic Kingdom. So what came with Magic Kingdom was, of course, a few properties, right, associated with it.
Right.
So something to consider there. So to establish Magic Kingdom, they first needed, because remember, that was a swamp. They needed some hotels nearby. Right. Yes, that all factored into construction costs.
They got to get alligator nets. They got to get, mosquito repellent. All that adds up. A lot of mosquito repellent.
I'm going B, 230.
230 million. Tyler locks it in. Katrina, you're next. It's well known that it cost $17 million to build Disneyland in 1955. But in 1971, how much did it cost to build Magic Kingdom? $150 million, $230 million, or $400 million?
See, I was like Tyler, and I was like, oh, 230 sounds like a decent number. Because it talks to me.
Money talks.
Money talks. 400's too much. It just seems like way too much to build that little section. I imagine that would be if you built like Epcot and that stuff. And I also want to say 150.
Epcot wasn't there yet.
I know.
Not until 82.
built it, then it would be 400.
Oh, I see. I misheard you.
See what I'm saying?
I was
Picking
reading
up
the
what I'm
chat,
laying down. Yeah. Oh, I want 17 million. It can't raise that much. You know what I mean? Lori,
Yeah,
I don't
Lori.
know. I know. I want to go with Tyler too. I know everybody's saying B, and I feel like it is B.
3, pick number 3, my lord.
Pay number 3, my lord. I just really want Egg to be like, right. Okay, I'm gonna say. I want to say.
Everyone's saying B.
So I'm gonna go with A. I'm gonna go with A.
So you're going to go with A. 150 million.
I wanted to spread it out. Yeah.
All right. So, Tyler, you did 230. Katrina, you did 150. Now, Garrett, what is it?
Yeah.
17 million to build Disneyland. How much did it cost to build Magic Kingdom in 1971? 150, 230, or $400 million?
I don't even know if it's well known that it cost $17 million to build Disneyland. That wasn't well known knowledge to me. And maybe I need to watch the Imagineering story, but I'm actually going to hang with my buddy Tyler at 230 because if I'm going down, he's going down with me. Because apparently I always lose. So if I'm going to suffer, I want to have a buddy with me.
Okay. I was like, wow.
He's like, I don't want that.
I didn't know how to take that, but then
I also have faith in him. I have a lot of faith in Tyler. So I'll, like it's a faith, but also it's like I got nothing to lose because I got 4 out of 9. So it's like I could be 5 out of 10. It could be 50-50, but we'll lock in B, Regis. Thank you to the crowd.
$230 million. All right, so that leaves $400 million on the table. Interesting. All right, well.
I think that's too much, but
That seems like a lot of
It is a
money.
lot of money. Yeah. Well, now we have 2 locked in. $150 million for Katrina, $230 million for Garrett and Tyler. Katrina. Your answer
oh boy,
is incorrect.
I thought so. Yeah.
I'm sorry
I wanted to
say.
switch it up. Yeah, it's
Yes.
okay.
However, Garrett and Tyler, your answer is also incorrect. $400 million is what it costs to
That's
build.
insane.
Is it also the land that it costs to just buy the entire property, like the 46 square miles?
That was
or
the
whatever
cheap
it
part.
is?
Yeah.
Oh, the land was the cheap part. Oh, it's developing it. It's the easy part.
It
Yeah,
was
it's
I
the
know
building-
land.
it is expensive.
It was
Okay.
turning a swamp into a kingdom. That was what was expensive.
Yeah.
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 It's like what
Absolutely.
Shrek did.
So nobody won this round. What a shocker. All
That's
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
I
Dang it, Tyler.
If you only chose
by
C,
me.
Jared, you would have won. You didn't. If you just went through the.
I was
whole
honestly
board.
I was honestly leaning towards 150, so I would have still gotten it wrong. So I've updated my score.
Other
I
way.
hate this.
Yeah, here we go.
Down here. 4 out of 10.
That's our guy. All right. So now you know $400 million is what it cost to build Magic Kingdom in 1971.
Wow.
Moving on to our next Disney Trivia Minute question. It is, in 1995, The Lion King became the top-selling home video of all time, selling over 30 million copies, surpassing the record set in 1994 by which Disney animated film? A, Peter Pan, B, Aladdin, or C, Snow White? Tyler Crouch, we begin with you. What movie did The Lion King beat in home box office?
For some reason Peter Pan sounds right to me because I remember the videotapes for Peter Pan. Like every kid had one. I felt like, and I know Aladdin was more of a new thing, and it was a hit. I don't think it was Snow White. I don't think Snow White had the
Held on for that long. That's like 40 years. Or
I mean, I just don't think
however
it
long.
had the like universal love that
Mm-hmm.
Peter Pan had. I'm going Peter Pan A.
Peter Pan it is. He locks it in. Peter Pan, he's saying, was outsold by Lion King, rather. And so that is our first on the board. Katrina, we move to you. In 1995, The Lion King became the top-selling home video of all time, selling over 30 million copies, surpassing the record set just a year before that. By which Disney animated film? Was it Peter Pan, Aladdin, or Snow White?
Interesting. Isn't it crazy how kids these days will not know what home video is? Besides like Disney Plus and like live.
They don't know the pain of having to put it in and rewind that.
Yeah. Can you imagine you
yeah,
just wanted to watch the video and it wasn't rewound? So then you have to rewind it and you have to waste more time to rewind it.
They don't know the struggles that we had to go through as 90s kids.
You gotta tune it because it was like, it flickers. So you gotta like tune. Remember those? And you're like sitting back, relaxing with your popcorn, and then it just starts fluttering. And you're like,
like, are the cords plugged in correctly? Why is there no audio?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I digress. I'm gonna say Aladdin. I don't really remember when Aladdin came out. I don't remember it being 1994, but I guess I just remember it plastered all over. Remember the Disney Adventure like the magazine?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it being plastered all over there, and then I remember like interviews with like Robin Williams and how there's a state of the art and all that stuff. And I remember I had to get it when I was a kid on VHS. Same with Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I'm gonna say Aladdin.
You're all in for Aladdin.
Yeah, all my
right.
coins, all my
All
treasure,
your coins, all your chips, all your coins, all your
all
treasure.
my treasures. Yeah.
So now we have Peter Pan on the board, Aladdin on the board. Garrett, we turn to you. In 1995, The Lion King beat which of these films to become the top-selling home video of all time, selling over 30 million copies? Was it A, Peter Pan, B, Aladdin, or C, Snow White?
I'm not touching Snow White just because Dopey, he's dope, but I don't think he could hold that for that long. I liked what Richard said, actually, because Aladdin, like, to me, Aladdin's iconic. You had Robin Williams, one of the greatest actors and comedians of all time, in my opinion. Aladdin never went into the vault, and then it did, and then it came out. So I'm going to go with Aladdin just because I used to be best friends with Genie, and even if I'm wrong, I got to support my boy, because you ain't never had a friend like me.
Wow. Garrett, you are the magical friend. Am I right, Tyler?
I mean, just so magical.
Thank you. I
Unless he comes into
dust.
town, in which case he's no one's friend. Am I right?
That's when he's the most magical, because that's when he disappears.
Oh!
No, I just like to
Oh
give
my
him more.
gosh.
He did invite me to the football game last time.
Hello?
He came. He forgot. He forgot just now. Did you see that? He forgot he invited
I did.
No, I remember. We went to the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to the Rose Bowl, and we were just... No, we had a good time.
No, we did.
And then my boo brought me a breakfast burrito back.
Oh, he did? Oh, what a nice thing.
I wasn't invited, so.
Oh, I got a fat burrito. Or no, I had the fries. I had the fries with like chicken or steak on them. Oh, it was solid times. Yeah.
That sounds nice.
I invite people out to things. I just sometimes forget to invite everyone.
He had fun.
Right.
He told me about it. He enjoyed his time with you. His like alone.
I got the ticket last second. It wasn't my ticket to give. I had asked for it, but no, Aladdin, because I'm trying to get away from how I apparently am a bad friend when people come to town. When I come to town.
Oh.
All right, you street rat. Aladdin it is.
I am
So we've
from
got
Stockton.
both on the board here, Peter Pan and Aladdin. Once again, we are foregoing the letter C, which is Snow White, as part of this lineup. So, with that in mind, Katrina? You and Garrett are both wrong.
Yeah. There's no way it's Snow White. I just can't believe it. I wouldn't.
Aladdin.
I can't imagine you doing C twice.
Aladdin is not the film that outsold The Lion King. Or, excuse me, Lion King did not outsell Aladdin. Forgive me. Did outsell Aladdin. I'm saying it wrong twice. Aladdin is not the film that set the record that The Lion King beat. That's what I'm trying to say. Good Lord.
Okay.
Got it.
Aladdin is not that
Crazy.
film.
Triggering himself on his own questions.
My gosh. Well, it's you got to word it correctly.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I
one
get it.
came after the next, and it's difficult. So, with that in mind, you two, unfortunately, are wrong.
Oh man, this is not a day for me.
Tyler Crouch, you selected Peter Pan.
That's got to be it, right? I mean, every kid knew Peter Pan.
I do remember it coming out from the vault, and everybody like lost their mind.
Peter Pan had a lot more time than Aladdin too to make money. You know.
Yeah,
true.
and like it's still one of the most busiest attractions of all. So I could see the hype behind
It's
it.
like, shut up, you guys. I want to do my big reveal.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
You guys are talking through it. I completely understand. If it makes you feel better, I'm all for it. Absolutely.
Please don't tell me it's going to be Snow White. That's going to blow my mind.
You selected Peter Pan, and Tyler, you are
Really?
incorrect.
What in the world?
Wow.
Snow White
Crazy.
was the top-selling home box office film in 1994, setting records. The Lion King came along a year later and knocked it off its perch. Snow White, because it was marketed as one of those films that was a limited time Disney Vault release.
Of course, it's a stupid vault.
I
That vault doesn't even exist. It's made up like our permanent records.
Bob Chapek did this, He was responsible for these things.
Yeah.
Was he really?
He had hair.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Stuff.
That would make sense.
He's the one that sent Aladdin 2
crazy.
straight to.
He's the reason I lost trivia today. Thank you, Bob.
Hello, hello. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi. How are you? Good, thank you. How are you? Bye, thank you.
He smiled 4 times in that clip, and every one of them felt more awkward than the last.
He
had to stop by a little hello, a little fun, a little zaniness. You know, Bob.
I love that.
I would do the same thing with a picture. I'm like,
oh man, I don't know what's more terrifying: him trying to interact with that, or me going on Expedition Everest.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
That's what I do every time somebody says, "Hey, how are you?" I always go,
"Yeah." I mean,
he's taking a picture though. Someone was taking a picture, and so he didn't know what to do. So he was like,
"Don't defend him. He's an alien."
What is this, Ricky Bobby? I don't know what to do with my hands right now.
What do you do with your hands? You go like this. You go like this.
You do the Superman pose. You do that Superman pose. You stand up there like you're a proud boy.
Like what do you do?
You be a human being. You don't. You just like, hey, give a wave. Like, hey, nice to see you guys. Oh, I'm doing great. That's all you have to do. Like, throwing your hands up in the air. You might as well have been like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. What am I doing? Because that's what happened.
Hello, everyone, and
that was him. Yeah, he was thrilled to see everybody. Yeah, hello, everyone.
He needs to take princess lessons from the Queen of Genovia.
Well, I don't think he needs to anymore. I think he's trying to sell his house.
Yeah, he's still trying to sell that house. Get the hell out of California before Josh Tomorrow officially becomes CEO next week. So yeah, he's.
Can you imagine if he bought his house? That'd be hilarious.
And just demolishes it. Be like, I bought it out of spite, not even because I like the property. It's a dump, and the horrible part.
Ultimate troll. That would be pretty great. Yeah, I mean, it looked like Bob had that custom built or something because it's up on a hill by itself, right? It's like got its own little secluded
Lone Ranger
domain. Yeah, it's very interesting. And as we talked about, not too long ago, just up the hill from where you two got married, Tyler and Katrina, right? So
you guys couldn't rent out his property for the ceremony. We could have had it right there on top of the hill, but no.
Mojo.
There's a stink on it. It's like that hazardous materials thing that happened at Disneyland.
It was guard gated though, that property. So, but yeah, it'd be a great troll for Josh to buy it and demolish it or something.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be pretty.
That would be fantastic.
All right. Well, nobody succeeded today when it comes to Disney trivia. Nice try, everybody. I'm so proud of you for putting the work in.
Did anybody in the chat get it?
That's a good question. I think
we're all losers.
They all are doing Google cheating. No,
I could cheat, but I have honor.
Job 1986 got Snow White. Kim Craig got Snow White. So yeah, there were a couple.
I think a lot of people really thought that 230 million was the right number for Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, well, especially when you hear 17 for Disneyland, it's like, oh, it could be 400. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they're such different projects too, though. That's what I was thinking. Everybody, you can't think of Disneyland the way it is now. It's like Disneyland when it first opened with like
it was orange groves, and it was also the 50s.
Well, it was just like the asphalt was like not even complete, and like it was an incomplete park. It was like there was, and if you see the old photos, it's like there's barely anything there. It's it's interesting.
Yeah, see, next week it's gonna be like, how much did Tron cost to build? It's like 1.3 billion.
One attraction.
Like, that's a good
like one. How much did Expedition Everest cost? One attraction costs more than an entire theme park nowadays. Or back then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for making an attempt. But before we get out of here, there's one last official order of business, and that is the Disney list. Time for the Disney list, where we take a look at some of the best and maybe not so great things about the Walt Disney Company. We are focused today, though, on Disney parks and where you can take a break, where you can relax between the Disney World theme parks and the Disneyland theme parks. Where can you go to take a load off when you are out there walking around, especially in the heat of summer, which I think Tyler's mentioned several times is his favorite season of all. That is one of those times where you are looking for a place to relax the most. And we are enlisting our team's help in asking them, where are your favorite spots to get out of that heat and enjoy yourself? And that's right. So, Garrett, we're going to begin with you. If you could give us one at the Disneyland Resort and one out at the Walt Disney World theme parks, where do you go to get away from it all and take a break?
So at Disney World, like you got 4 parks, a lot of different places. Magic Kingdom is not in any of mine, and at all, just because I feel like you can never relax in that park. It's always go, go, go. But I would say that a peaceful place for me in Epcot, and this is going to be in, I'd say around the land. Like around there, late in the evening, you just sit there relaxing. You see the monorail going by. Like, there's not a lot of craziness going on. It's actually a quite dark area, but even during the daytime, there's a lot of shade and trees over there, and it's not a real crazy area. It's not like a hub or it's the front where people are trying to get in and out. So you go over by the land. You can sit outside. You can during Flower and Garden, you've got butterflies and everything over there. It's just a very calming area with the water jumping when it's working. You got the reverse waterfall. So I'd say in Epcot, go over there over in the land area, sort of by Figment. That's a good area to just calm down and relax. Now, as we go out west, it's really tough for me because there's so many places I just want to relax. I do love that on Main Street you can actually sit on a porch and just watch parades go by. But on my most recent trip out there, I would say that the area by, Grizzly River Rapids, over in that area, it's just really nice. They've got some benches, you've got the mist coming off the attraction, and it's, you've got these nice, whatever kind of trees they are, cedar, pine, spruce, sequoia, not sequoia.
Sycamore, who knows?
Sycamore, you never know. But the area over by Grizzly River Rapids in that area is just really nice and tranquil. Like when Ariel and I stayed at, Grand Cal, our room overlooked that area, and it was like, it seemed like there was like perpetual shade over there. Like in the morning you get to the sun, but then it fades away and it's just really relaxing. So I'd say over by Grizzly River Run, it's a nice area. Maybe it's because it's the Northern California, it feels like you're in nature. You're not like in a hectic area, but people are walking by. People aren't really like, it's not like they're sprinting to go to, Cars Land or something like that. But I'd say over there, good solid music. I've actually put on the Grizzly area music as studying music when I was in school. So yeah, that area is pretty tranquil and nice. And then, you can watch people get soaking wet and you can laugh at them for their poor choices. Yeah. That's how I roll. I knew it was coming. I had a feeling something was coming. Oh my gosh. I love Stacy. Love you, girl.
Stacy knows, that's right. Where do you go to relax at Disney World and Disneyland, Katrina? Places off the beaten path that maybe some of us don't know about?
Oh my gosh, I have to switch it up because Garrett took a couple of.
I did? Oh, yay! Great minds think alike.
Garrett took my.
Inside,
you can.
then
Inside
it's,
Land
like,
Pavilion is pretty good too, but it can get
Yeah.
loud too.
it can get loud, but then there's like if you're like off in the corner, just to get air conditioning, and like if you're off in the corner by away from Soarin', that is the loudest
Yeah,
thing to raise your anxiety levels. It's like off to the side where the end of the queue is to the land, to like the land, like Living with the Land. So I'm gonna jump over to Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna say Nomad Lounge. I'm sure people like
oh, that's a solid
but
one.
if you can get in, I think it's really nice and relaxing. I do miss how they used to have the boats go by, because I would have said sit outside, even though it's like hot and stuff. They have like fans, but it's nice if you're with the kids, because then they had like the little boats go by with like Pocahontas and stuff, which was really fun. And they had like the little band that would play. But Nomad Lounge is really nice. It's really relaxing, calming. And then they have really good food too. So, you can get some noms. And then I was also going to say Grizzly River, because that's like where Tyler and I like to go and walk through when we're like,
It's a nice area.
Yeah, I was gonna
it's,
say
like,
Grizzly River
overwhelming.
too.
You walk by, you have the waterfall going, and it's just like calming. And then you see those poor suckers getting splashed and stuff, and you're like, ha ha ha, suckers. So when they get hit hard, and you're like, oof. Thank God I'm not on it. So I'm gonna switch that up, and I'm gonna say Sonoma Terrace is also a nice place to like people watch. I know it gets a little busy, and sometimes I like the chairs and stuff. If you can find one in the shade, it's really nice and relaxing. Just walking on the main drag, because then you can kind of just like have a snack, kind of just relax in one of their bigger chairs, and then just people watch. And then it's really nice when they used to have the little baby parades come by, because you already have a main seat. So you don't have to worry about it. And then you can maybe find friends, because sometimes when they walk around the drag, we watch them and we're like, hi, friends.
Hey, friends.
And then they're like, hey, friends.
Hey there.
Hi, friends. Or we don't want to say anything, because, we're like Garrett. We're like, I'll let you guys pass.
Wow.
I don't want to say a word.
Wow. It was only my birthday a few days ago, but who cares? Like, let's just rip on Garrett today. I already lost trivia. You want to hurt me more? Thank you.
Poor fella. He's been through it.
Anyway, so those are my two.
Sonoma Terrace. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice and relaxing
That's a good one.
location.
If they don't block it off, it's nice.
Definitely off the beaten path for sure.
Yeah.
Tyler, a place you take a break, you go to relax at the Disney World parks and the Disneyland parks.
Smuggler's Run.
No, that just gets my. I'm not even gonna let you. I'm not even gonna let you derail me.
Okay.
So like I know I give Hollywood Studios like a lot of crap, and for good reason. Let's be honest, but I think one of my favorite parts in all of Disney World, for whatever reason, is Echo Lake over there.
Oh.
It's a much more calm area, and for whatever reason, I just always like to walk by and take it in for a little bit. You got Gertie over there selling her ice cream, and I don't know, just something about that area with the little fountain in the middle, and there's the quick service boat there that I don't know why every now and then there's like a hose that's squirting water into the lake. I don't know why that's happening, but it's just kind of fun to be around. Exactly. And it has like a Roger Rabbit Easter egg where it looks like he came out of the window, just like in the movie, and Eddie Valiant's office. And so I like all those vibes around there. Another place also in Hollywood Studios is just Sci-Fi Dine-In, which is another just super chill place, because it's nice and dark in there, and the air conditioning is blasting, and you're sitting in this nice comfy booth because it's like looks like a car. Anyway, Hollywood Studios, bad in a lot of other ways, but has
great for relaxing,
nice
bad for anything else.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say great for relaxing. I don't know. I think the best park that has the most calming vibes, I think, has got to be Animal Kingdom, right? But I mean, I don't know. It's hard to name one place in Animal Kingdom. I feel like they're all kind of just like a lot of it just has these nice vibes. But anyway, as far as the West Coast goes, we all agree that Grizzly River is probably the most relaxing place. But if I had to name another place that I like to go and relax, just really low stakes, has cool things to enjoy and look at, is just a ride around the Mark Twain. I just something about the Mark
Thinking out of the
Twain.
box.
Yeah, something about the Mark Twain is just really nice, especially on a really crowded day at Disneyland. You can get on the Mark Twain and it's kind of like when you look at when you're like in a skyscraper or something and you look down on a city and it just all of a sudden the city feels peaceful. It's like that's how you feel when you're on like the third level of the Mark Twain. You're looking down at the crowd and you're like, oh my gosh, look at all the hustle and bustle. But because you're so removed from it, it feels much more relaxing. So I think to me, Mark Twain, chef kiss, relaxation. It's the only place in Disneyland to really relax, because the rest of it is really, it's like Magic Kingdom, right? Where it's like feels kind of landlocked and there's just so much going on there.
A lot of concrete.
Yeah, a lot of concrete. But yeah, if I had to pull myself away from the misty waters of Grizzly River, it would be at the Mark Twain.
You're gonna get wet on the Mark Twain.
Yeah,
it's now the best, steamboat in the U.S. because the other one's gone.
I mean, it's still there. It's backstage, but it's still there. They kept it.
Yeah, but you can't ride on it anymore. That old girl, she's going out to pasture.
Yeah, I saw Wade look down and I knew he was looking for that soundbite.
I would never. I have nothing to do with those sound bites.
They just happen from the ether.
What can I say?
Hello?
I think that the Mark Twain is a great one, Tyler. Often overlooked and is one of my absolute escapes when I go to Disneyland. I have to ride it at least once every time I'm there, just because it's a great reset in the middle of a day, because it's usually chaotic and there's lots of crowds, and middle of the day crowds rather. And so it gives me an opportunity to sort of get away from things for a little bit. And it's just that perfect reset. It's like, 15 minutes or something. Like it's a long time to be out there on the water, the stillness of the water. I'm just more surprised, I think, that you mentioned too, from the park you hate the most.
Yeah. I think I just couldn't really think of a place. I mean, I think that Sci-Fi Dine-In just has a special place in my heart because I used to go there with my dad a lot, and we used to go to drive-in theaters a lot when I was younger too. So it just feels cool to me. And then also just like as far as just relaxing vibes go, like how can you beat a restaurant that is just like almost pitch dark? I mean, Blue Bayou, I guess, would be another place that kind of like has sort of a relaxing vibe, but they pack in so many tables. It feels there's so many tables that they pack in that it's kind of like you feel like you're always in the way. Yeah. But the vibe, if you were in Blue Bayou and it was like a night, like it wasn't too busy that night, that would be another great place. But
you just hear that banjo music in the background a little bit.
And I remember when I was younger too, they haven't done this in years, but because Blue Bayou, the whole idea of it is it's like the back of a house in Louisiana, and they used to have a jazz band come out and play on the second level of the house every now and then.
Oh, they should bring that back. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was cool to see it when you were on Pirates too. You just start floating by and there's a jazz band playing music up there. You really feel like you're passing by like a party that like Tiana was throwing or something. I mean, I didn't know Tiana at that point, but
she was in here. She was in here.
That was definitely her party though. I could tell.
In your heart. And in your mind, and to come, she was on her way. That's right. So, Hollywood Studios definitely one of those parks where I think you're right. Some nice, because I think it's the concrete effect again. Some nice dark spaces are a welcome to retreat, like that Sci-Fi Dine-In, and I think that it's one of my favorite locations because of that too. And the Grizzly River Run, that is also a wonderful getaway, mainly because it's so shaded and foresty and you got the water running nearby. And I like the fact that just sort of, sits there as a buffer between the sort of crazy Pixar Pier, Golden State area, and then of course the hustle and bustle of Buena Vista Street. It's nice to have that little buffer right there too. So thank you all for sharing. Really appreciate hearing where you go to relax, where you go to unwind in the Disney theme parks from coast to coast. And that about does it for this edition of Kingdom Report Live. Thank you for weighing in this week on all things Disney parks. I'm looking forward to being back with all of you once again next week, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And as a reminder, the legacy of Walt Disney, well, it lives on because of people like Garrett and Katrina and Tyler and me. And, of course, you. So we'll see you next week for an all-new Kingdom Report Live.